This is Shai Lindsey, getting ready for Badbeat 16, June 26, 5 weeks out, and we're at Extreme Couture right now. Yeah, my last fight, Tim, we already knew that he was a game opponent. We knew what he wanted to do. He wanted to wrestle with us, you know. Kind of gave up two takedowns that I didn't want to give up. Worked up and just started working on my timing again, on my striking, and started picking my shots. And the second round, kind of found the spot for the body shot and sat him down. I noticed as I went to the body, it was like a big, I could hear him, you know, kind of just breaking him. I could see it in his eyes, and I know it's time, you know, the body work, you don't usually get it like right there. There's those late reactions. So I know it's more time. If we went to the third round, he's just gonna be a little bit more tired than me, you know. I could see him, like mentally, I was just breaking him. I didn't want to rush it, and as soon as I hit him, I could just feel it. It's kind of like that sweet spot. It's nothing new for me. I practice it a lot, you know. I like the body, so I make sure I go to it. I always respect my opponents. I mean, we both train so hard, you know what I mean, try to beat up each other, but at the end of the day, it's business, you know. He's trying to make a paycheck, I'm trying to make a paycheck. I got somebody to feed at home, so I make sure that I get the win at the end of the day. I don't got to be disrespectful to my opponents at any time, so I make sure I get the win, and I can be humble at the same time. So it's just a respect thing for me, you know. If I beat somebody, I don't got to kick them down again, you know. So I make sure if I get the win, I get the win. I thank all the coaches, to my teammates, and thank for my opponent for showing up that day. As soon as we took Tim as our opponent, he's 4-0 already. He was 4-0. He's a game opponent. I know he wasn't gonna back out. If he got hurt, I know he probably would have showed up hurt. I respect him for that, you know. I wasn't hesitating that he wasn't gonna make weight. Even when I talked to him in weigh-ins, you know, he was there early. We were supposed to be at 2 o'clock. He beat me there at 2 o'clock, and I respect that. Just because I cut weight too, you know what I mean. So I expect somebody to make weight. You're professional, act like a professional. So it was a good feeling to see my opponent to make weight, and finally to have fun the next day on my fight. For my first, you know, my debut, kind of didn't know what to expect, you know what I mean, just from the venue to the crowd to who I was fighting, you know. It's a big step from amateurs, you know, but I was thankful to fight for Tough Enough. They gave me good venues. I got to fight in Canada, so stepping in for my debut it was fun, you know. It was just like another day at work. And then my April fight, the crowd's great. I mean, it's always a packed house in there, so it's always fun to fight in front of fans, you know. We bust our butt every day for 6 weeks to 8 weeks. Nobody watches us in the gym, you know. So we finally get to show what we've been working on. So finally having some responses from the crowd, it's always a good feeling. It's for me, it's hard to describe, you know. The only thing I could pretty much say, like one word, is I'm just thankful for the following I have. To my families, to my mom, my dad, my girlfriend, and then to just my fans, to be able to make the little journey out there and support me, and to all the fans I picked out in California. It's starting, it's growing as we go for each fight, and all I can say is thankful, and I just appreciate everybody that makes it out. It's nice to hear some good cheers. Yeah, I mean, especially California is not home for me, you know what I mean. It's our third fight, you know. It's becoming home. It feels good to be fighting in the Commerce Casino again, but there's a lot of sacrifice just for myself, and especially to my fans, to my friends, to my family, that they take off work, they drive out there. If it was just me, I mean, I'll show up there by myself, and if somebody didn't show up, it's okay, you know. But then I gotta go back and tell my family, you know, something happened, we're not fighting. It's more of like a downer on me. If it was just me, I kind of shake it off, you know. With Michael Reyes, I mean, really, we didn't get to see anything. We were supposed to fight in January. And unfortunately, he got hurt, you know. If it was my time to lose, it was in January, honestly. I've become a better fighter every time I step into that ring. Every practice I get to, I just become better. I become harder to beat. For him, I feel like he has a harder fight. If it was time for me to lose, it was January. Even if January I was ready for him, I feel like I got the blueprint to beat him, and I don't see a blueprint to beat myself. So I'm excited to finally kind of get it over it and move on to my next guy. For this training camp, this is my second training camp, full training camp with Extreme Couture. And like I always say, I got a bunch of killers on that mat and helped me prepare for this fight. And it showed in April. I'm back with boxing at UNLV with Chris Ben. Just kind of makes my hand a little bit better. And I look good in my April fight. Strength conditioning again with Eno Moza. And I felt good in April. I didn't get tired. It was a good feeling to be taken down, got back up, and looking at my opponent, looking that he was a little tired. That's always a win, you know, as soon as you kind of feel that break. And I'm ready. My day starts early every day, pretty much, you know. Why I wake up every day is for my son. If it was just feeding myself, it'd be a little different, but I gotta feed another mouth. And I make sure I get up every day. I don't miss practice. If my coach tells me to do something, I do something. I think I'm an easy fighter to coach. I listen, and I want this more than anything. As soon as I stepped into this gym when I was 12, I didn't just do it just to compete or stay in shape. I did it because I wanted to be a champion sooner or later. So now my goals is finally kind of coming to the end. It's kind of being reachable now. So I make sure I stay focused. I don't do anything else. I don't try to poison my body with anything, you know. If I'm not in fight camp, I'm still training just so I don't gotta get ready when I get that call. So at the end of the day, it's for my son, it's for my family. It's more than just me that I bring when I step into that cage to fight my opponent. My fans can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, at ShyBoy645, Facebook, Shai Lindsey. I like to keep up to date, talk to my fans, and post anything coming up for my fights. I'll be dropping a shirt, another fight shirt. So if you're interested in that, supporting me, watch on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. It'll be out there. Thank you guys. For me, I noticed it's more than just fighting, you know what I mean? I look at fighting just like a small part of it. There's more into fighting. I try to market myself, do much as I can. Besides just fighting that night, I gotta make sure I try to promote myself as a tool, you know what I mean? If it was just that easy to get fights, everybody would be doing it, but you gotta be like that niche. You gotta find that niche to make sure you have fans to follow you, grow your base, so when you get somewhere big like UFC, you have a big following already. Some fighters just kind of feel like they just gotta jump on a car, they'll grow, but you gotta get down there in the dirt, you know, in the trenches, and just sacrifice, you know what I mean? I put out shirts pretty much every fight just to kind of say thanks for helping me out, you know what I mean, support me, and it's just nice to take a nice group picture at the end of the fights and see everybody that made it.
Alright, cool.
For all my sponsors, I want to thank that's always been pretty much there from day one. Farmers Market Hawaii, Sideways Clothing, Diversified Alarms, Las Vegas Janitorial, South Central Car Wash, my strength conditioning, Moza Fitness, Natera Brand, and Fat Line Athletics to get all my meal preps. First off, gotta thank Extreme Couture for making this my home. All the guys that I train and bleed with every day that are just getting ready for this fight. I want to thank my mom, my dad, my girlfriend, my son, and all my family that come out every day, give me the support mentally, physically, just all that support, fans, and everybody that comes out for my fights. Appreciate it. Shai Lindsey, June 26th, tune in, Badbeat 16, Commerce Casino. Fighting Michael Reyes. It's going to be a good fight. Be there or watch it online. Find somehow. Be there. You don't want to miss it. Thank you.